BRC20 2.0 is the next billion-dollar market cap on Bitcoin. That's the question of today. Let's dive in. Lot of talk today, lots of things to do, and lot of things to talk about it. So, basically, let's separate Bitcoin into several protocols. Into Bitcoin, the main revolution, the biggest revolution that happened, I mean, about NFT, about the digital items, about everything, is ordinals. So this thing, ordinals, is the biggest thing that happened into the Bitcoin ecosystem. So if you are not familiar with what is Ord is a protocol, it's a BIP, as we said. It's not so difficult. It's a protocol that we put on Bitcoin, so it's not recognized by Bitcoin, that will help to create image, text, anything, inscription onto the Bitcoin ecosystem. So this is Ordinals. Ordinals was huge at that time and was used mainly at the beginning for image and only for image. So that's why at the beginning, at the really beginning, we saw what is called the sub 20 sub 10,000 collection. Yeah, as you can see, sub 1,000, sub 5,000, sub 10,000, sub 100,000, sub 1 million collection. So these are the early inscription. And as you can see, there is image for sure, but there is also just text. There are actually everything. And actually the floor about this is really huge, should be around 0.19 Bitcoin, so around $20,000 for an early inscription. So huge price. Okay, this was the really beginning. This was the really beginning of all, and this was the beginning of a revolution. One day, someone, I mean, not just in one day, but someone called Domo Data did something huge, something new, something totally incredible. He made shitcoin on Bitcoin. This was completely new. This was unexpected. This was not something we waited for months or anything. This was completely new. And this is BRC20. BRC20 use Ord. They put the inscription, they put their shitcoin on ordinals. So they use ordinals, they use the tech of ordinals. And thanks to this tech, they can create shitcoin on Bitcoin. Okay? What's really interesting too is that it's pretty easy and it's really understandable. You need to know some JSON, you need to know quite some things, but not a lot. And it was actually quite easy to understand and to deploy into anything. It's really limited. There are not a lot of things you can do, but it works. How does it work? You deploy a token. So here you deploy a token. So as an example, as the first one, it's called Ordi, based on ordinals. You deploy supply, so max supply, 21 million, a limit, 1,000. That's it. And then what looks a bit confusing at the beginning is that the deployer have nothing, no token, anything, nothing. And then to get the token, you need to mint one by one, actually by the limit, so you can mint one by one, two by two, or up until 1,000 by 1,000 to get it. And so people mint it for free. It's free mint, so that's why that was interesting. It's a fair mint. You mint it, and so for here as an example, it's 21 million, 1,000, so it's 21,000 mints. And once all of the 21,000 mints are done, it's done, and everything is good. And then, if you want to sell it, pretty easy. You just have this transfer command. Okay? So this is BRC20. This was completely new. This was huge, and this was a complete revolution on Bitcoin because it helps to create shitcoin on Bitcoin. Okay? Um, at that time, it was huge. Not huge at the beginning, I mean, but it went huge. Ordinals went nearly up to $2 billion market cap, so it's really huge. And there are some problems, there are some things which are not good here. Let's talk about it. First, um, let's talk about the most difficult part first. The indexing problem. Um, because it's not directly on Bitcoin, but it's on ordinals, you need to run an indexer. An indexer looks complicated. It's not. It's just to know which people have which token. That's it. It's what is called an indexer. The indexer of ordinals is not really an open source one. That means that not everyone can access it easily. So this is the first problem, and actually quite a big problem. And it's mainly done by Unisat. That's why you see so much Unisat going into BRC20. That's why they went so hard into BRC20. Okay, so this is the first problem. The second big problem was it's not a really efficient way to do it. You need to put each token inside an inscription. Uh, Inscription were not done for this at the beginning. They were done for image, mainly for image. So that's not really good. And then the third problem is that um, when you want to sell it, you need to do two inscription. You need to do a transfer inscription first. So you need to write still another inscription to do it, and then you can sell it. So it's not really efficient. It's costs a lot because Bitcoin is expensive. So that was not really good, but that was not really good as an experience, but what was really good as a trading experience, and that was really good as BRC20 mania was really good. Actually made a lot of money on BRC20. And that's why I went so huge on Bitcoin. It was really thanks to BRC20. So it was really fun. It was really good. It was really awesome to see all the new means happening, all the new deployments. It was really fun. People were having a lot of fun on BRC20. It was not efficient, but it was really fun. Okay, what happened next? The creator of ordinals, so not a random one, but the creator of ordinals, which is called Casey Rodarmor, said, okay, BRC20 is shit, more or less what he said. Let's create something way better. Let's create something that is used by Bitcoin, but like, okay, in each transaction in Bitcoin, there is an OP return. So let's use this to put a shitcoin inside. And so thanks to this, we are not doing additional spam inscription inside. That's what they called, and that's what they did Rune. So Rune is also inside Ord, same. Inside Ord, you can also do Rune. By the way, just for things, I was the first person, the really first person to help people create their rune on testnet on Bitcoin. Actually, it was not on testnet exactly. It was on I don't remember the name. On mempool I can say it. It was on Signet. And I did this Rune minting platform, which went great and which worked great. Not so much now, but it worked great. As you can see, you can mint your Rune, just put the fees, and you can mint. It was really good work. Really proud actually of this. Anyway, just wanted to show you guys because I'm still proud about my work. Um, So Rune went live, and I think most of you know about what happened next. Rune is not doing great. Rune is not doing great. It's like $1 million volume a day. It's nearly nothing. It didn't really work. It was not something interesting. It was not something fun. I think it's mainly due to the name of the token, which are way too long, 13 characters, and it will be less and less, but in like 4 years you have a 40 cards. It's way too long. So it didn't really work. Let's say it for now, up until now, Rune is a failure. Okay? There are other protocols. Let's not talk about it. Not really interesting. There are BRC20. There is TAP. Maybe TAP for another video. There is NAT, DMT. Like so many protocol. BRC100. BRC100 was an interesting one. BRC101. There are some other things, but the two biggest ones for sure are BRC20 and Runes. There was actually, by demo data, an update of BRC20, but the update is not so big. You can have now BRC20 with 5 characters. With the most famous one is Pizza, which was an airdrop by Unisat, which went crazy at the beginning when banana up until $6 per pizza, and now $1.40. I don't know why, but they did nothing with this. They did pizza swap and did nothing with this. This was complete failure too. I still don't get it. Well, this was actually quite a long introduction, but this was necessary to talk about what's new and what's coming inside BRC20. Now, inside BRC20, there is the new revolution, really, really new revolution, which is BRC 2.0. And this is way bigger, way bigger. So let's go into the tweet of Best in Slot. For those who don't know Best in Slot is a really good project. Let's talk about our colleagues. Best in Slot is a Bitcoin aggregator. If you want, let's say you want to buy something on an ordinals, let's say where you want to see quantum cats, you will see the cheapest one here, and the cheapest one, not just about Magic Eden, but about OKX, about some other platform, was less known platform. But you have everything here. It works great. It's really good. They have a good API. They have really good product. Anyway, so these guys know what they are doing. These guys are really, really good. Really good tech guys. As you can see, the aggregator about Unisat, Ordinals Wallet, Ordinals Market, Gamma, Magic Eden, and OKX. They are working on BRC 2.0 and telling BRC 2.0 arrives in Q1 2025 on Bitcoin testnet and at the end of the year on mainnet. So what is BRC20? Let's not talk about everything here, but let's talk about this open source indexer, which we talked at the beginning. The indexer was really a problem because it was mainly done by Unisat and not so much by overall. Plug and play BRC20 adapter for proprietary BRC20 indexers. Comprehensive documentation for developers, which is really needed. BRC test suite for developer, BRC Explorer, tools for inscribing and interacting with smart contract, free API for quick and easy experimentation. So what is really, really huge actually, it's this, especially this, tools for inscribing and interacting with smart contracts. They want to introduce smart contract on Bitcoin thanks to BRC20. So this is what can be called actually a meta protocol. So a protocol on a protocol. And this is really huge because if you put smart contract on Bitcoin, that means that you can put DeFi on Bitcoin. You can put all of the finance that you have on Ethereum, on Solana, especially on Ethereum. You can put everything into Bitcoin. So this is huge. You can see actually already the GitHub. And on their GitHub, you can see that, yeah, they are working here on the Open Protocol Indexer for BRC20. So there is the protocol indexer, which is here. There is bitmap. Let's not talk about bitmap. It's not. It's a bit different. SNS. SNS. I don't know what is SNS. And that's it here. And I saw there is another GitHub. It was on here. Yeah. BRC20 swap module. So this is the really beginning of the smart contract on BRC20. There are actually discussion happening. There is actually a test happening. There is development happening onto the back end of Bitcoin. So this is huge. Why this is huge? Because people love BRC20. They don't like runes. They love BRC20. And actually, I'm the same. I much prefer BRC20 than rune. It was like broken. It was really long. It was not efficient, but it was fun. It was way more fun to use BRC20 than to use rune. A bit strange to say why, but anyway, I will follow really close what's doing on BRC20. Maybe, and actually, maybe highly likely that I also will doing a platform on BRC20 because I like the tech. I know the tech of Bitcoin and I know what's how this work. If you want to have some course about Bitcoin, about how it works, about how to use a full node, how to use an indexer, all these things, I can do it. I can show you. So this is, I think this is huge. Personally, I do think BRC20 2.0 will be a next billion-dollar protocol. Nearly sure it will be a billion-dollar protocol because people love BRC20. This was a pretty long video. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed, put a thumbs up, put a like, put a comment. If you want to look about the text version of the video, you can subscribe to the newsletter. And if you subscribe to the newsletter, you will actually have all of the links. You have all of the tools, all of the tech that I develop, whatever it should be in these videos or in other videos. So just subscribe to the newsletter. Hope you enjoy the video. Until then, have fun, go make money, take care, bye bye.